Good morning, everyone. I'm Deputy Chief William Marucci. I'm currently the Deputy Chief in charge of the Patrol Division. I'd like to welcome and thank all of you for attending the swearing-in ceremony for our 9 newly hired officers seated here on stage. Daniel Medeski, Gary Peterson, Sean Flannigan, Keith Upperman, Zachary Brown, Tony Phillips, Dale Morgenstern, as you were, Jeffrey Parker, and Antoine Fields. I would especially like to thank all of the families and friends of these newly hired officers for being here with us today. I would also like to thank Mayor Schimber for taking time from his busy schedule to be here with us on this occasion. The City of Erie Police Department was established in 1851 and has been in existence for 170 years. These new officers will be joining a fraternal brother and sisterhood and will forge bonds and friendship that will last a lifetime. The Erie Police Department has a deep and rich and storied history, and we look forward to these new officers adding their names and stories to that history. Thank you. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Next, I would like to introduce Inspector Mike Nolan.
Good morning, everybody. So it's great to see a ton of people here. I mean, we haven't had this place this full in a long time, so it is great that you all came out to support the Erie Police Department, our 9 new hires. I'm going to give you a brief bio of each of the new hires. We started doing this last year, and it really, I think we're people too, and people sometimes forget that, I think. So it's not just people in uniform. These are real, everyday people underneath all that. So I'll start with badge number 1509, Daniel Medeski. Born and raised Erie, Pennsylvania, Collegiate Academy graduate. Attended Duquesne University, then transferred to Mercyhurst, where he completed the Municipal Police Academy. Up until this point, he was working at the Lecom Police Department, and he's a camper, fisher, and he hangs out with his friends and family. Next, badge number 1510, Gary Peterson Jr. An Erie native, graduated McDowell High School, big hockey player. He was captain of his high school team and played and coached Division I hockey for Mercyhurst. He served. It's a bat phone. He served 12 years. Gary Peterson served 12 years as a corrections officer at the Erie County Prison. Where he achieved the rank of lieutenant. He resigned in 2021 to become a police officer in the city of Meadville, where he worked up until getting hired here. Gary's married with 3 sons, and he has a daughter due in April. Next, we have Sean Flannigan, badge 1511. Graduated from General McLean, where he met his fiancée, Brianna. He's been working at the Greenville Police Department as a police officer. He enjoyed his interacting with the community, learning and being proactive. He looks forward to carrying those ideals here. He's an outdoorsman and loves skiing and snowboarding. Next up, we have badge number 1512, Keith Upperman. Originally from Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Married to Amy with 2 children, Dylan and Graceland. Graduated from Laurel High School. Obtained a degree in criminal justice from Youngstown State. He is also an emergency medical technician, and he's been working 2 full-time jobs up until recently. One with the Newcastle Fire Department and also with the Farrell City Police Department. That's one of 2 feral officers we stole from them. So the chief is not happy with the Erie Police. He also is an outdoorsman, enjoys spending time with family in the outdoors. Next up, we have badge number 1513, Zachary Brown. We call him Chicken Fried around here now. That's his new nickname. He's an Erie native, graduated from Cathedral Prep. He was awarded a scholarship and played college baseball at John Carroll. He's been an assistant varsity baseball coach at Harbor Creek High School. He started his career in policing recently as a police officer with the Erie School District. And he is fisher, hunter. He's into working out, playing sports, and enjoys time with family. Next up, Tony Phillips, badge number 1514, born and raised in Meadville, Pennsylvania, married with 2 children, graduated from Meadville High. He was a basketball stud and is one of the few 1,000-point scorers in basketball history there. He's worked at LECOM and, up until recently, worked at Farrell PD. Just as an aside, the Farrell chief did mention we were taking his 2 best guys. So. He received a commendation while working as a police officer in Farrell for performing life-saving actions on a gunshot victim. He's a hunter, fisher, he's an athlete, enjoys working out and spending time with his family. And he specifically looks forward to using his platform as a law enforcement officer to interact with children in the community and build positive relationships. Next up, badge number 1515, Dale Morgenstern. Dale's an Erie native, graduated from Fort LaBeouf High School, earned a bachelor's degree in health and physical education from Edinburgh University. So Dale is the only one that is not currently working in some capacity as a police officer prior to starting here. He's been for the last 5 years, has been a phys ed teacher in Corey Middle School. He coaches middle school football, track and field. He enjoys hunting, outdoor activities, golfing, spending time with his wife, Ashley, family, and friends. So Dale, I'll point out, because he was a teacher, he had summers off, he has volunteered to work with our PAL program. We have the Police Athletic League has camps in the summer. So Dale volunteered to help out with that because it takes a lot of people, and we have a lot of teachers and police officers that are working these camps for these kids. And he got the bug. He started hanging around and talking to other police officers. He did a ride along, and he took a leave from his job as a teacher to go to the police academy. And here he is. He's one of us now. Next, Jeffrey Parker Jr., badge number 1516. Jeff's an Erie native, married to Jessica, graduated from Cathedral Prep. I attended Mercyhurst University. He's been a police officer for the last 6 years, working full-time at Girard, or full-time at Lake City and part-time at Girard. He's had training, and he's been recognized as a drug recognition expert. And last but certainly not least is Antoine Fields, badge number 1517. Antoine's a native of Chicago, husband, father of 4. He's a graduate of Gannon University, criminal justice degree, and for the last 9 years he's been working as a Gannon University police officer. He enjoys sports, traveling, and spending time with family. And it's special to see Antoine finally get on, because we've seen him take test after test after test, and he's consistently placed higher, and finally, at age 39, he's reached it. He's coming on the Erie Police Department now, which has been his dream for a while. So those are our 9 new hires, and I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Schember now.
Thank you very much, Inspector Nolan. I really appreciate it. I'm really honored and actually very excited to be here today. As Chief Nolan said, this is the most people we've had in this room in at least 2 years. And it is really, really good to see. I know many of you sitting out there are relatives or really good friends of these 9 new police officers. So there will be new police officers in just a minute. So it's really great to have you here. I'd just like to take a minute to talk to the 9 police officers a little bit, and then we'll get to the swearing in. As you know, I gave all of you a pen earlier today, right? And you have that still with you? You might need that to sign when we're done here. And that pen has our mission statement on it. And I want you to know our mission and vision. And I'm going to give you another copy of it, too, at the end of today. But the mission is right on the pen. And it's simply build opportunity, restore hope, transform Erie. You know, Erie as a community, we've lost about 40,000 people in the last 50 or so years. 40,000 people. We had 140 at one point. When I was a kid, when I was a teenager, my first job was at Conduit Corporation, which is located at 12th and Raspberry Street. After my sophomore year at Gannon, I got my first real job there. I earned enough in that one summer to pay for my fall and spring semesters at Gannon. It was an assembly line. Nothing like it really exists anymore. But I enjoyed the job so much because I got to know the people I was working with. I stayed on part-time after I went back to school to earn a little bit more money as well. That kind of job isn't available in Erie anymore. Basically, aluminum castings were cast. After they cooled off, they came to me, and I chipped off the excess aluminum. Then they went to the guy next to me who added the threading and so forth down the line. Again, became good friends, earned good money, but those kinds of jobs don't exist. And that's one of the reasons I think we've lost a lot of people over the last 50 years. One of my main goals as mayor, I've been stating this, even though my staff tells me not to say it, I say it over and over again. I want to bring at least 10,000 more people to Erie in the next 8 years. So we start to grow again, so we don't have to raise taxes, so that we get the income we need just from the number of people here. So that's the mission. The vision is a little bit longer. It's 2 sentences, and it says, the first sentence is very simple. Erie is a community of choice. And that can have a lot of different meanings. We're here because we choose to be, not because we have to. Other people come here because they come to visit and they see it and they think, hey, this would be a great place to raise my family as well. So Erie is a community choice, and we celebrate 5 things. First is our rich cultural diversity. And I'm very proud that we can see our rich cultural diversity in this group of 9 new police officers. Second is we have welcoming, vibrant neighborhoods. Third, we have a world-class downtown and bayfront. Fourth, excellent education for everyone. And fifth, an abundance of good family-sustaining jobs. And do we have all 5 of those things exactly as I've said it here? No. That's like a vision of the future. That's what we're trying to create. And I don't know of any city employees that do more to help us create that than City of Erie police officers. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for what you're doing. I really look forward to seeing you guys advance and help us in our efforts to transform Erie. I also want to recognize a couple of city council members who are here, Liz Allen, Jasmine Flores, and Michael Keys. Can you guys stand up and just say hello? Oh, Liz must have left. Oh, there she is in the back. Thank you, Liz. All right. Thank you for being here very much. Did I miss any city council people? Okay. Very good. Well, with that, Chief, I think we're ready to do the swearing in. I think that's next, right? Okay. Yeah, so have everyone stand. Raise your right hand. And just repeat after me. I do solemnly swear and affirm that I, and state your name, will support the Constitution of the United States of America and of the state of Pennsylvania, I will faithfully uphold, obey, and enforce the laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the City of Erie. I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And I will take this obligation freely and without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. I will diligently discharge the duties of a police officer for the City of Erie without partiality, malice, or ill will. Can we have a big round of applause for our 9 new police officers? Now you can sit down.
Daniel Medeski, please step up. Gary Peterson. Flannigan. Upperman. Zachary Brown. Tony Phillips. Dale Morgenstern. Jeffrey Parker. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Whatever way's easier. Antoine Fields. So what's next?
Good morning, everyone. It really is an exciting day. I mean, to have this many officers coming, to see this many people here supporting them. It's a tremendous day. It only comes usually 2 or 3 times a year for the department to have new blood come. You know, I want to recognize that these 9 officers are replacing 9 that have left. The last 4 just left in January, and combined they had about 117 years of service. So when we take the 9, I think we're over probably 200, we're replacing 250 years of police experience with these 9 guys. It's great that 8 of them have some experience from other departments. And Dale, I think we might designate you as kindergarten cop, so you'll have some experience. I mean, think about it. A middle school gym teacher trying to control those kids all over the place. I mean, that's the same as a police officer. And Dale's mom, I'll point out, she's been one of our founding teachers with the PAL program. Works year-round, doesn't matter if school's in session or not. She's been a huge supporter of the PAL program with a couple of the other Corps teachers has been great. We heard that Antoine's been taking the test a few years, and I don't want to just, put him on the spot, and I won't say who the other person is, but he did mention this morning to me that he took the test 5 times. I didn't ask the rest of them. I used to ask it, and I'd say, hey, you don't always get on the job the first time you try it. I was ready to take the test the 3rd time, and I just happened to get that call. I was the last name off the second list, or the second time I tried. Of course, there was a deputy chief there. He loved to point out, I only took it once. There's a few officers, there's a few guys here that maybe they only did take it once and got on. Well, great for them. We need everybody. We need all the different experience that we've got, whether you're from a very small department or one of the larger ones here. I'm glad that I'm not planning any trips to Farrell in the near future. But, it's important. We totaled up right before we began. We totaled up that there's 12 children out there whose fathers are now police officers. And that's an important aspect, that we're not just hiring young 21-year-old kids right out of college. We have some people here that have some life experience, fire department, police departments, teaching, combined with the officers that we have. And it's not just their professional experience, but it's their human experience, whether they're hockey, baseball, whatever they are. They're all individuals. Sometimes when the uniform's put on, people look at us as nothing but a police officer. They don't see through that know that there's that family behind them. Being that 8 of them were police officers, most of you have been to a swearing-in ceremony. This is maybe your 2nd or 3rd that you've had. And we can't forget, correct, that the family and friends that are out there that have supported you for your lives, they're the reason that you're up here. They're the reason you get into policing. It's to keep your family and friends safe, your community safe. And without their support, going to the academy and handling time on this job when you're rotating shifts, you're missing holidays because you're at work, you're getting called in at the night, on nights and weekends because there's an emergency. All those things go into being a good police officer. And I think we've got a great batch here. I look forward to the future of this department. I think we're on the right path, and we're going to continue building on that. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. That's all I have. All right. That's going to conclude our ceremony today. Frank's already told you there's some cards here to get his email if you want pictures. We're going to go through some group photos right away with the officers and the command staff, and once that's done, and with the mayor, and once that's done, we can take individual pictures. If you guys want to come up one at a time with your new officer, and Frank will get all those pictures taken. There's be some news media here that may want to interview some of the new people, and have a great day. Thank you for coming. I'll get this out.